Good morning, and hold on a moment. Someone wrote this. Was there a post on here about someone doing a list of just halves, or how they would do D&D game system and or world their way in which they did it, all while listening to book on tape or a movie series in which it took them 5 hours. I might have done that, but I don't remember it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I mean, if you guys really want me to go on and on and on for 5 hours, I could probably do that. Yeah. The only thing that is a limiting factor is my computer has only so much memory on it, right? Um, where do you start, right? Writing seventh edition D&D, I don't think I'm the person to do that work. I'm sorry. Um, but if I had it my way, what can I say? I would do it pretty much as I'm doing it now. I've lost faith in the corporation that holds the Dungeons and Dragons IP. Okay, and the stuff that I do, hopefully that is legal under fair use. If it's not, then what it comes down to is um, possibly making a time capsule, right? So there's this site that I made over the course of 20 years called 1E Online, okay? 1E Online dot, I don't know. Ay. Hold on, guys. Um, 1eonline.info. There you go. And I've had so much fun putting this together, and I've actually opened up a new group, created a new group which has more of an emphasis on Dragon Magazine and online first edition AD&D. My personal opinion of D&D and AD&D in general is that, I mean, the ideal situation is that you are physically with your fellow gamers and the DM and everybody sitting in the same room. But as you know, the way things are, once you hit your 20s and 30s and 40s, and marriage and kids, family, work, and stuff like that, it is difficult to be gaming like you were when you were like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Those summer breaks and having all the time in the world was beautiful, magical. Yeah. Um but yeah, I mean, so it's like we it's uh it, online AD&D, it's kind of like the best we can do, so um some sessions can actually be a lot of fun, but there's a whole subset of problems that comes along with running AD&D games online. I mean, I've had the bad luck to have group after group after group where the players, they literally hate each other, and that's about the worst situation possible. Um, that maybe God put me in that situation to try and figure out a way around it. But yeah, when you get an email like, "Oh, can you kill that other guy's character off because he's too powerful and I don't like him," I didn't even respond, and then it's just like, oh man. And there's a TSR adventure, and there's a library in the adventure, and there are some books and scrolls that detail the ethos or the ethos of chaotic evil, chaos and evil. So yeah, in one of my games, well, the players came across this location, and one player just had to say it. Oh, chaos and evil, is that the Republican Party of the USA, and it's like, come on, man, we're playing a game to escape all of that political conflict. I hope at least for 4 hours. So I shut it down pretty quick. I said, listen, guys, this is a game. We're all here to have fun. Please don't bring up politics. In game. And then like the same old person. He wasn't a bad person, but it was one of those players that was like, oh, level limits, they're racist, and they have nothing to do with game balance. And I'm just like, oh, facepalm. My response to that, Gary was an actual game designer, and he knew what he was doing. Doesn't mean that he got it perfect and got it right on the first time, but it's a game, and people, I think, are losing sight of that. Um. Anyway, so let me see. 6 minutes. Uh, I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes. So yeah, I've started a new group, and that new group has an emphasis on Dragon Magazine and online play. The other group that I started, back in 2019 is in full swing. And most of the famous or quasi-famous people, that I know of are over there in the bigger group. Yeah. And there is my criticism of first edition AD&D, the Facebook group, is that there is just simply too much, uh, you know, infighting, I guess you could say, right? But I still, check on it every day. But for the next little while, what I'm doing is I'm going on a journey, which is pretty linear, I guess. And it's just reading all of the first edition AD&D articles in Dragon Magazine. So when I read something, I read the HTML version, and as I go along, if there's like a spelling error or a formatting error, then I fix it. Um, and of course, the hyperlinking new art and things like that for the articles. But I think that the most important thing is it's not rocket science, guys. Although some Dragon magazine articles, you know, approach or exceed the complexity of rocket science. But yeah, like fun, friends, and imagination, and um, that to me is like a mantra that I've been chanting for the last 10 years, and I think it's actually made a difference. At least with one person out there, yeah. Now I need to just check the time. With 2 minutes left, a 5 hour, video about how I would change D&D. I don't know, man. It's like, uh, why don't you just like go buy yourself a set of first edition books? I'm sorry, and Dragon. Yeah, I think you can find it on archive.org. And actually, that is the number one thing that I am not doing as well as I should. What I want to do is I want to get 100 copies of the site that I made, put them in Crown Royal dice bags, and then one day have that kind of DIY distribution so that I'm not creating the one ring or anything like that, just like 100 magical rings, USB keys or whatever. Um, I'd love to add some dice, but I don't know if I can afford it. But yeah, to give it all away, and hopefully people realize that from day one, everything that I've done is fan stuff. It's not done for money, and it's done for the fans. And the intent is that people take what I've done and keep the stuff that they like, and then don't use the stuff that you don't like. You can make your own version of the whole entire site, right? Um, but anyway, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and if I'm a little bit absent in first edition AD&D, um, Well, I'm kind of like, busy reading Dragon magazine for the next 3 or 4 years. Yeah, hopefully less than that. Hopefully like one or two, and then I can move on to White Dwarf and Polyhedron, and then Imagine. Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's my 10-minute video. Sorry, it's not a full 5 hours. When I get a computer with super memory, then I don't know. Get me a bottle of brandy or something, and then tie me to the chair for 5 hours. See what happens. Yeah, that's my design philosophy for the next edition of the game. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Drunk men do not lie, but neither do they know wisdom. There you go. All right. Later. See ya.